Do you believe me that I'm a lonely soul? Would you love me? I've been said always wanted more. Can you hear me? Do you
Hi lovely people, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I want to share with you what I ate in a day. My name is Jodie Paul, and if you're new here, feel most welcome. To my returning subscriber, thank you so much, and to my premium gang, thank you, and thank you so much for your support. If this is the first time you're meeting this video or this channel, please just take a moment, hit the subscription button, and later hit that notification bell, so whenever I post any new video, you'll be amongst the first people to be notified. And if you're watching this video and you haven't given it a thumbs up, please just take a moment, hit that like button so that the video can be spread to many viewers. So this was in the morning. I started with making the dough. I wanted to make some mandazis. So I've just used some egg, salt. I usually put a little bit of salt in my mandazis, and sugar, baking powder, and milk. So this spatula came in handy, guys. It really helped me to mix. It made me not to touch too much of it. So right now I was mixing, and I was rubbing the flour with the egg, which I had already put, and the margarine. So I rubbed until I felt that there was no more lumps, and then I added some warm milk. I used warm milk and mixed it with the spatula until it formed some dough. Yeah guys, so let me take this opportunity to thanks my new subscribers. We've really gained so many subscribers lately, and if you don't know, I do much of homemaking, cleaning video, cooking video, motherhood. To my new subscribers, I know people don't know that I'm a mother of one cute handsome boy. One time you'll come to see him. So at this point I was done knitting, and I was adding some oil. So the secret to soft mandazis and soft chapatis is just knitting. You just knit until you feel it's soft, and you add whatever you can add. So me, I'd already added some oil, and I was still continuing kneading. You need, if you have time, you need some for so long so that it can come soft. So I was ready done, and I wanted to let my dough to rest. At this point, you can use either a cling film to cover your dough, or you can use both cling film and a kitchen towel. While the dough is resting, I have these beans that had pre-boiled, and now I've defrosted it. I want to make a stew that I'm going to take with my mandazi. And here are my ingredients. I've already prepared them. This is coriander. I'll use tomato paste. I'm not using tomatoes. I'd already told you in my previous video. This is garlic, 2 chicken cubes. I find it not too salty. Onion, spring onions, grated carrot. This is turmeric and salt. So yeah guys, so let's prepare the stew while the dough is resting a bit for some minutes, and then we'll start preparing our mandazis. I just added a little bit of cooking oil, and also added onion. I don't usually use a lot of oil into my pot. Turn it until it turns to golden brown. Also added garlic and ginger paste to my onion so that they can fry together, and added some tomato paste. I don't use tomatoes. I'd already said in my previous video. Added turmeric, salt, and continue turning for them to become together. And also added some 2 chicken cubes. I said because they don't have a lot of salt, they're not salty, I prefer them in the cereals, guys. Also added my grated carrots to my cereal to reduce the acidity, because carrots, they tend to have water, so it reduces acidity. This is my black pepper, and also poured my boiled cereal, that is boiled beans. Stir, and added some chopped green leafed spring onion and also added some water to make a stew. And here was my bean stew getting ready. I turned, and also I later added some coriander, turned, and then cover it to let it rest, to simmer. I also later cover it to let it simmer and make a stew. So guys, at this point the stew was getting ready as I was preparing, and now started making my mandazis. I pour some enough oil on the pan and let it cook as I was preparing the dough and cutting the mandazi into small cubes. I prefer the mini mandazis. I don't like big mandazis. And guys, I now have a big problem. When I was rolling this dough on this table, I was just crossing my fingers because I didn't want to cut this contact paper, and I don't have a place to roll this. So I'm thinking of getting a board so that I'll be using to roll my mandazis and chapati, so that I can avoid cutting this contact paper because I don't want to mess with this table. I've already said I love mini mandazis. I don't know why. I can't give an reason, but I just love mini mandazis. I don't like big mandazis. So yeah, so I was cutting them into cubes so while the oil was getting ready, and then when I'll be starting to cook, I'll just pick and deep fry them. So here I'd already cut them into cubes and now placing them into this tray so that it could be easy to put them in the oil. Testing my oil at this point whether the oil is ready, and the oil was now ready, and I was dipping my mandazis or dough into the oil, hot oil, to become mandazi. So I was just turning it to avoid them to burst. You know, some of them really, they can burst, so I was just turning them so that they can get ready. And at this point they were almost getting ready, turning as I add some when I see a space so that can fit so many, so that I can minimize on cooking time. So yeah guys, so at this point they were ready. I was using this my bowl, added some kitchen towel or paper so that can soak excess oil. And I love my mandazis in this color. I see some remove them when they're still white, or some remove them when they're too dark, but me, I love them at that point. I love that color when they are brown. That's my preferred color. So this was the second batch I was just putting in the oil. I'll still do the same, turn until they become ready, and then I'll just remove them. So guys, let me say, I've really come to realize so many things in cooking, and I thank God I've really known a lot. And let me tell you guys, I was so hesitant to use this spoon in my pots. I was like, they'll start scratching the pot, but I was so keen. I tried my best not to scratch. And here my mandazi were ready, and now I wanted to make tea. I was not making a lot because I was alone. I just wanted like 2 cups. I was in tea leaves, cinnamon tea. Nowadays I'm a fan of cinnamon tea, and also I boiled my tea with sugar. My tea at this point was now ready, and I wanted to sieve it so that I can keep it in the flask. This is my flask. Someone once asked me how do I clean this flask, but guys, this flask, they turn and they rust. So what I usually do, I use warm water with a steel wool at one point, and use a cooking stick to rub against the wall so that it can get so well. I was now serving my breakfast. It was ready, and I was very excited. The food was ready, and I wanted to take my breakfast. And guys, it was so yummy. I really enjoyed it. I became so full. So guys, I've come to realize that nowadays I don't cook oftenly, and if I cook food that can last me like 2 to 3 days. So when I bought these tomatoes, they were so fresh, but I've come to realize that some of them have started going bad. So I've decided to blend them so that I can put them in the freezer, because if I leave them this way, they'll go bad, most of them, and I throw them. But I still need them because the food that I've made today, trust me, I'll eat it like in 3 days time. So yeah, so let's cut them and blend them and put them in the freezer. I think that's the best way to keep them, because if I leave them like this in the cool box, they're still going bad. They've stayed here, like I've stayed with them like almost 2 weeks.
Do you believe me? Do you believe me that I'm a lonely soul? Would you love me? I've been searching, always wanted more. Can you hear me? Do you believe me that I'm a lonely soul? Would you love me? I've been searching, always wanted more. Can you hear me? Take time, lost that shit. So hard when you hit that shit. Hit that split, you want that kid. You bring things back 'cause you don't wanna hit it. Don't wanna worry about this. Don't try the things you wish when you in that place. You want that kiss and want that kiss. Do you believe me that I'm alone?
So this was lunchtime, and because I took an heavy breakfast, I had my lunch so late, around 3. So I didn't want something heavy, so I decided to make some salads, the boiled egg and avocado salads. While the eggs are boiling, I have the other ingredient that I'm going to use to make my salad. I'll be using avocado, tomatoes, onion, grated carrot, then darnia or coriander. I'll pick it from where it is, and also I'll spring some salt and lemon. So let me prepare this. I've already washed them, so let me prepare them as we wait for the egg to boil. So guys, I thought I was recording, but my camera wasn't recording. I've already prepped the onion, added some water, salt and vinegar. I'm soaking them, and I've divided this tomato into 2. I want to use half of it. Yeah, so let's prep it.
Do you believe me? Do you believe me that I'm a lonely soul? Would you love me? I've been searching, always wanted more. Can you hear me? Do you believe me that I'm a lonely soul? Would you love me? I've been searching, always wanted more. Can you hear
My salad is ready, and it looks so appealing to the eye and very attractive, guys, and it was so yummy. I became so full, and if you like you can just mix them, but me I prefer them this way. So at this time it was almost at 8:30. I wanted to make dinner, but my gas went off. I decided to use this hot rapid plate. So I was just adding spices in the bowl, in the cooking pot, so that I can boil my beef with. I was making beef, ugali and cabbage. So I'd already boiled, and now I was frying my beef, added some oil and added some oil, and also added some onion, tomato paste, and also added my tomato puree. So this was the tomato that I blended, so I had already started using it. And guys, please comment down below what are the other ways of preserving tomatoes apart from blending them, so that you can have the tomato puree. So I was adding Royco cubes, 2 Royco beef cubes, and also added some green bell peppers. So yeah guys, this is my broth, the one that I used to boil my beef with. So our beef was getting ready, and at this point it was already ready, and I was now frying my cabbage. I don't also use tomatoes while frying my cabbage. I just use a lot of onions, and then add salt with the oil, and also add some chicken cubes. So those are the only things I use. I don't use my tomatoes in my veggies most of the time, especially cabbage. Also I don't use. I just put a lot of onion, and I love it that way. So at that point it was ready, and this was my ugali water. It has already boiled. You just, how to make ugali, for those who doesn't know, you just boil your water. Once it's boiled, you add the ugali flour. You keep on turning until it becomes ready. So at this point my ugali was ready, my supper was ready, and it was looking delicious. And guys, trust me, it was yummy. It was so yummy. So guys, I really enjoyed, and this is all that I ate on that day. So if you've watched this video until this point, thank you so much for your support. And if you are watching and you haven't given this video a thumbs up, please take a moment, hit that like button. And if you are a new subscriber, please hit the notification bell, so whenever I post any video, you'll be amongst the first people to be notified. So if these are the kind of video that you love, please hit that notification, so whenever I post any new video, you get notified. So guys, thank you so much for watching.